For the smarter, more customer-centric organisations of today, fraud in itself is becoming a bigger topic to deal with continual advancements in the fraudsters themselves, alongside a permanent demand from customers to have new services or new ways of accessing services. The opportunity and the doorway for fraudsters is continually opening. What fraudsters have done is they've moved into the grey area around that. So they've moved into the edge cases, they've moved into the smaller, more nuanced elements. What they've done is some actually quite simple techniques. So there's copying of IVR systems, there's mobile payments, interactions and fraud in that space. They aren't advanced technologies, they aren't super emerging technologies that we should fear, but they are using emerging technologies in a smarter way.
We see it constantly that they're testing our systems, and one of the ways that they was using was through the capability of SMS and Messenger. So they was able to use vast amounts of data to bring that together to identify the targets that they wanted to go for quicker than previously going through them manually.
We have systems that can detect and investigate fraud in seconds, whereas traditionally it was taking hours, if not days, and bound by service level agreements where often customers needed to be contacted in order to investigate the fraud situation. In a large organisation, there's a challenge around silos, and what the learning here is that AI can support those silos by bringing the information from different places together. If you take that in a fraud example, you have a frontline team looking at the behaviours of an interaction, and you have a back office team looking at the processing of a risk. If the silo remains, then the sharing of information between those two areas is not there, and therefore the advancement of tackling that fraud it remains untapped.
We can now look at fraud activity across a wider scope and across many years to see what features and what identifiers are used to make that fraud happen. And we can play that back in real time now with the systems and the tools that we have to make sure that we're predicting fraud before it even happens and comes through the door. The balance of finding fraud and sometimes getting it wrong will always be there regardless of AI and machine learning. The system will never be 100% effective.
When we look at the changing, evolving environment of fraud itself, I think we have to acknowledge that there is no silver bullet for fraud, certainly not in the very near future.
The use of AI and machine learning is a natural evolution, and it can be put to a number of activities and tasks that we already do in the bank. You wouldn't notice a significant change, but what you will notice is things become more effective, more efficient, quicker, faster and more accurate. And that will just happen to all of the processes and journeys that we have today.